What's going on, Cowboy Nation? What's going on? I know it's late. What is it? 1 o'clock on the East Coast. But I thought I'd come through and discuss a couple points. Shoot, my body feeling it too. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. But we gonna go ahead and push through. We gonna talk about it, man. So the Cowboys beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the thriller, I guess you could say. Um, that last drive was the best drive of the season, especially with the circumstances that the Cowboys were faced with. Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there, y'all. I'm gonna put this out there. I didn't. Did y'all miss number 11? Because I didn't. It was a clean, like you know, as far as what the game plan was supposed to be. Keeping Fields in the pocket and making him a pocket passer. Fields didn't hurt the Cowboys with the legs. The defense, for what it was worth, played a game that and they kept the Cowboys in the game with the mistakes that was made by Dak Prescott. There could have been a couple fatal mistakes, especially that fumble in the end zone, in the red zone, I mean. But, the ball bounced our way today. For whatever reason, the ball bounced our way. Usually them games like that, the ball don't bounce the Cowboys' way. But the ball bounced the Cowboys' way today. Uh-huh. Sloppy game. And I knew it was going to be something, right? When you got that delay, kind of delaying momentum, everybody kind of cooled off. I knew this type of game would be in the Cowboys' favor. I didn't say nothing, but I was thinking earlier, I'm like, okay, weather delay, sloppy conditions. People are gonna think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are just gonna just pound the ball, and that's our weakness. I thought that, the weather delay kind of leaned into our favor and to at least be able to give the Cowboys a chance, you know. Uh, man, I'm telling you, that defense looked a whole lot better without number 11. A whole lot better than number 11. You know, played. They did what they could. They fought and scrapped. They did what they could. They scrapped. Of course, there's some things that we could look at in that tape to be like, oh hell nah. But at the end of the day, you know, with the type of team that the Pittsburgh, like I had made a post. I'm like, if Dak make a couple plays and the defense make a couple plays, this game gonna be won by the Cowboys. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened today. You know, and the couple plays came all on the last drive for the Cowboys in regards to Dak. He threw a touchdown, and Mike McCarthy caught a good game. I'm not a good game, but a good drive. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a good game, but he caught a good drive that last game, right? And I'm gonna tell you what helped a lot. What helped a lot, it's sad to say, but what helped a lot was Guyton being out the game because Tyler Smith kind of calmed that left side down. And Bass is a solid player. I think Bass, when it's all said and done, for Zach Martin, I think Bass should be your starter at that right guard. Bass is a very good player, and somebody would instantly take Bass up off your hands if you don't bring that boy back. So you're gonna have a decision to make pretty soon, because that boy, shoot, I mean, he's shown you time and time again that he an NFL starter. He came in. Now you got 5 run players on your team, right? So that's what helped with the run game. You got Tyler Smith, a run player. Bass, he's a run player. BB run player. Martin run player. Still run player. So you got 5 run players on your offensive line, right? So you was able to get the best rushing game of the year and get yards when you need it the most in critical times against the Pittsburgh Steelers, because the Pittsburgh Steelers is not a slouch when it come down to front seven. Now, I know they got banged up toward the end, but it's no excuse. It's the NFL. We came in there banged up and banged up pretty good, and we pulled out the victory. This is a non excuse league. Football is a non excuse sport, right? So they did what they came. This was a much needed win. Especially, I believe we play Detroit next. Now they gonna test your jaw. Now they gonna test your jaw, but that'll be something interesting because they ain't gonna do no playing with you. They ain't no damn Pittsburgh Steelers. I can tell you that. I like Detroit. Detroit can play. So yeah, get ready. Get ready with Detroit coming up. I believe they next. So get ready with Detroit coming up. But this was just one of them games. Like, shoot, who won it? You know, this is one of them games. Who won it? Oh yeah, for sure, Doomsday. Overshown for sure the best player on that defense. Teed up. What's Rico still in the game? Hey, on some real teed up. I thought they was gonna get that ball to either Hunter or Zeke. In regards to the goal line situation, man, Rico could have cost the game. Like I don't know what the hell that was all about. Like that's unacceptable. Like the turnovers, like how many turnovers we had? Like three, like well, at least empty trips in the red zone. What 3, 4 empty trips in the red zone? Like to be honest with you, that game should have been that close. That game shouldn't have been that close, but it was because that just represent the quality of team that we are. Like I said, regardless of what happened, we still not a good team, but it's a good win. I ain't gonna take that, dog. This was a good win. You know, regardless of what happens with Pittsburgh, like the circumstances that this team was in, the bodies that they missed, the adversity that they had to fight, even from their $60 million quarterback, this was a good win. This was a good. Oh yeah, absolutely. T. Rico, that was trash. You got a bum shoulder. It's time for Dalvin Cook. Get him ready for Detroit. It's time for Dalvin Cook. It's time. It's time, man. Uh, but Tolbert made some plays when it counted. Uh, Tolbert especially made the play when it counted. That's what you want. We got from my wide receiver because when we looked at that scouting report, we knew that there was going to be some opportunities in that secondary. That secondary ain't as good as Chris Collinsworth and anybody else want to go ahead and make it out to be. Like Dante Jackson and Lil Joey Porter. They definitely beatable. And Turpin made some plays early on. Uh, Tolbert had some. He made a couple plays, just like I said, especially the last play. Brooks made a couple catches. Ferguson made it, so it was a collective effort. Hunter Lipke made a couple plays when it counted. So it was a collective effort, most definitely. It was a collective effort, most definitely. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it real with you, right? I think some of the injuries played into the Dallas Cowboys' favor. Hear me out real quick. Hear me out. Let me tell you about the defense first. I don't care what nobody say, man. Marshawn Nealon trash to me, man. I said it in the draft, and I'm gonna say it now. He just trash to me. It's unfortunate that man got hurt. Hopefully, you're all right, but he just trash. And I think with Wheat getting more snaps, like you can see, Wheat is just a better football player than Marshawn Nealon. And with Wheat getting more, I think Wheat made a difference. And because he even made a couple plays, right? Like we know that we pretty much having a patchwork team, but we definitely did make a difference in regards to being on that D line. I think he a better player. Would also make the difference. Unfortunately, like I said, we don't know when nobody hurt, but Guyton getting out the game. Like Guyton was barbecue chicken out there. Yeah, it just is what it was. I mean, so now when you got Tyler Smith in at left tackle, now the only thing you got to worry about is Terrence Steele because we know Terrence Steele was out there looking like some barbecue chicken out there. Terrence Steele was most definitely barbecue chicken out there. That's ridiculous. Like how he was getting his ass whipped today, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh yeah, we said that earlier, G Dub. Man. Oh my God. You know, played much better as a unit without number 11. You had a team trying to come together and get a dub collectively. Ain't had no selfishness on the field today. Definitely played better without number 11. They say, "Oh, what we gonna do without?" Oh shit! You see, we beat Pittsburgh Steelers, the best win of the year, over the Giants, over the Browns, the best win over the year without number 11. So what does that say? They gonna look at the Detroit. Nah. This was the best win without number 11. If this ain't a telltale sign about what it is to try to come together as a team, I don't know what it is. Yeah, I saw the defensive line staying in their gaps and containing with Micah in there. He likes it. Yeah, facts. Like in regards to like the D line, like we mentioned in that scouting report, pretty much some barbecue chicken on that defense on that offensive line for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, they was able to take advantage of it again. Back to back games where, you got an offensive line that's not really gonna make no noise, especially in getting on your linebackers. And when your linebackers is free, you able to see number 13. I even see 50 in there. 50 in was making his presence be known. 50 was up in there. Leah Fowl made a couple timely plays. Like I said, 13. So your linebackers was up in there. When they free, they probably one of the probably the better unit on your team, other than when Bland come back and maybe a corner, but the linebackers, with the young linebackers, because them safeties, man, with Donovan Wilson, that's barbecue chicken, and we know that D line ain't nothing. He said, "How your knee hurt still." Appreciate that, Dallas Fair 1997. Appreciate that 499. He says, "Go Cowboys." Daddle did good, except the fumble, and our overpaid QB actually did not choke for once. Defense with backups look good. Yeah. Other than me not really liking Dowdle too much, I can say that man made some plays today, especially the touchdown catch. That was a huge catch, So I definitely got to give that man credit on that. He almost choked the game in regards to his fumble, but he did make the play, had some timely, tough runs. But you could just see like the difference. Like, damn, we need a real running back there. Like, we don't got it. Like, what the hell's going on with Cook? Like, somebody like Mike McCarthy really got to answer that question. Like, if Zeke banged up with a shoulder, and we know that Dowdle is really not that good of a running back, even though he had his best performance as a Cowboy today. Like something's going on. And then you didn't activate Deuce Vaughn today. Like, I guess you didn't activate Deuce Vaughn because, his speed, in regards to, they thought speed was going to be eliminated with the weather conditions. Probably most likely, I would say. I would have to think, in regards to that. But yeah, I guess I got to give Ford credit in regards to making the game winning touchdown. That's all I. In regards to like, I make this comparison a lot in regards to that Tony Romo 5 interception game against the Buffalo Bills, how he overcame adversity and led them down for the game winning kick. Was it Nick Folk for the game winning kick? So in regards to the bad game, because this was Dak Prescott. This was a bad game, no matter how you want to put it. This was a bad game, but the defense kept him in. Like the defense, in our reality, they get the game winning ball. The defense, nothing without that defense, right? You know, because this was a game where pass rush really wasn't needed until toward that end. This game, the pass rush really wasn't needed. This was about making Fields make throws. And that's what we wanted. When we look in the scouting report, that's what we wanted. We wanted Field to make throws. And Field couldn't make the necessary throws to beat the Cowboys, the short-handed Cowboys. He just couldn't do it. You know, Maybe Russell Wilson would have took advantage of it, but we didn't play Russell Wilson. We played Justin Fields, and he did not take advantage of the opportunity that he had in front of him. And when you don't take advantage, that's how you get your ass beat. Mike Zimmer, Bill, Mike, and that. Yes, he did for a chain. Yes, he did. Still don't trust his team. Oh no, no, me neither. Me neither. Yeah, it's definitely yeah, with the Detroit. I mean, I hate to say it, Of course, I don't want it to be like that, but I mean, I got to keep it real. I mean, Detroit probably gonna beat that ass, I'm just keeping it real, Like, like this. Now you got a team, even though they center, I seen is hurt, right? I think he damn near out for the season. Even though they center is hurt, they still got a good offensive line that's gonna get to the second level, an offensive line that's gonna play physical with you. Yeah, good luck. You're gonna need some pressure on this game. So we'll see what they do in regards to filling in the patchwork. Because right now, your best pass rush is gonna come from the blitz from the linebackers, and you got to get something from Carl Lawson. So low, you said, did Tolbert get hit in the nuts with the ball? I don't know. I gotta go back in the film and look. I gotta go back in the film and look. But this was a like I said, this was an interesting game though. Interesting game. Pickens was on clamp, and I don't know if that was just conditions or how they went about it, but Pickens was on clamp. I mean, if that's how they went about it, when I look at the all 22, then that's a good game plan. Make everybody else beat you, make Fields beat you from the pocket. Beautiful game plan. Which is what I see. I even see because I expected to have Overshown as a spy, and I definitely seen that on a few occasions, especially toward the end when I seen Fields try to escape the pocket. I seen Overshown closing in on him. So that was very good because that's who I wanted spying him. Overshowed. I knew he wasn't gonna get up out of there, you know. And the read options that they did try to do, it was what it was. I know like the first one that they did with Ghosting in the game was just because Ghosting is just not quick enough. That's why I had put in the report like, all right, if I was Pittsburgh, I would take advantage of the slow-footed defensive ends that's in there, and they was able to get 8, not off a lack of effort, but it was just lack of athleticism, right? So it'll be nice to bring in somebody that got some athleticism. Like I seen they brought what's his name, KJ Henry. Now I'm you ain't gonna really get too much out of that if we just being honest, but that's just another body to fill in, and another body that's probably gonna have to fill in on Sunday because from what the injury looked like from Marshawn in regards to body wise, yeah, you probably gonna have to have somebody fill in regards to that one because that didn't look too good. Like he could be able to bounce back this week. That might be like he could be a week to week or something type of thing. I think they said something talking about it could have been worse than. I think somebody tried to say like an ACL. I mean, I don't know. It's a little funky because you getting down with that nasty field over there in Pittsburgh, and who knows if they had the right cleats and the injury risk that kind of boosts up a little bit in regards to the field conditions though. But they got to do what they got to do to be able to best prepare for situations like that, you know. Um, now, what we not gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna give full credit for coming through and making that game winning touchdown. That's what you're supposed to do. Especially as my $60 man. But hey, you're gonna have to clean some of that stuff up though, especially against Detroit coming. You got to clean some of that up. That was man, that could have cost you the game. Like if the Pittsburgh Steelers had a better offensive line, you know, and they had a better running back. Because, like I said, I think Najee Harris trash. He ain't got no burst through the hole. I think if they had Najee Harris that had a burst and a tad bit better offensive line, I think Pittsburgh could have taken advantage of it. So we just gonna have to chalk it up to, you know, the team. But it is what it is. That'll play hard tonight. Yeah. And I guess that's all what we can ask for in regards to what we got going on with this team. Correct. That's that's all we could pretty much ask for is these boys to go ahead and play as hard as possible. You know, like one of the things like that I want to see like on a consistent basis, and it's really gonna go come this week is like your heart, like what like your heart. You know, today today, especially that defense. I'm not gonna give too much credit to that offense, even though they scored. Your defense, your defense, they get the game ball. They really kept you in the game the whole game. Put them in some bad situations too. And you know, that you turn the ball over, especially with a shorthanded defense, and for them to come through and play hard to keep you in the game, to have that opportunity at the end, you got to give credit where credit is due. And you got to give credit to that defense, you know. Because it looked like your offense wanted to give every single opportunity to lose this game, especially early on. Because on some real, what at half it should have been what 16-3 at minimum, maybe 23, right? The Pittsburgh Steelers should have been trying to air it out, and we should have been ready for it. Like that game should have been handled earlier, right? So we pretty much made the game harder than what it was supposed to be. Like that's crazy. We play better. Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Because I like because that's the one that came in at linebacker, I think, from Mississippi State. I like we in regards to the way he plays with his physicality, and it was on display. He played hard. Like I said, you seen the limitations in regards to him, but he played hard though. That's all I want. You know, we're gonna have some more adversity. I think we got a bye week after this week, if I'm not mistaken, and then we got San Fran. So hopefully you get some bodies back in regards to that. But then you got to really look at it like this. All right, in regards to Tyler Guyton, I think that was probably best for him. Maybe take another week off, take to the buy off, collect your thoughts. Let's work on something and come back later, right? I know you've been getting your ass whooped all year, right? But it ain't like you ain't got no like it ain't like you got talent, you know. It ain't like I see you coming there with no confidence. You come in there with confidence, but you just be getting your ass whooped. You just be getting your ass whooped, man. You gonna have to fix this. This is even with tech, even with your lack of strength right now, your technique could be a whole lot better than what it is. Whole lot better than what it is. But like I said, I got to give a shout out to Tyler Smith. Doing what Larry Allen would do. Being able to in a pinch to be able to go ahead and solidify a position of need that's been getting dogged out every year. But one thing for sure, Terrence Steele, like I said, even though he's a better run player than he passed, man, that's very concerning how he was getting done today. That's very concerning. That was very concerning. We got to keep that eye out on that, you know. And in regards to, I seen somebody talk about that Dak interception in the red zone. There ain't there is nothing to speak as far as even on a miscommunication. Even if it was a miscommunication, you need to go ahead and give a football where it can still be protected. That pick, it's inexcusable. The pocket awareness in regards to that fumble, inexcusable. Know your personnel. No down and distance. Like, I'm looking at Mike McCarthy, like, why is we holding a rock? When we get past that 50 with TJ Watt screaming, knowing good and well, Terrence Steele can't hold that boy. Knowing damn well that that foe doesn't have the best pocket presence. So why is we running plays that takes a little bit longer to develop, right? See, that's why I liked that last drive when he caught that screen with Hunter Lefty. Like that was a perfectly timed screen. That was perfect. You learned your lesson, right? And you was able to get a good chunk yard, right? He needed to be running like because there was times where I seen Mike being real predictable, you know, and looking at like when he want to get an end around the CD, like they stayed home, like they ready for that, and it like in them conditions, in them circumstances, in that down it, like they're ready for that. They played the numbers in that, you know. So Mike gonna have to do a little bit better in regards to his choice in certain situations in regards to play calling. Like I said, I understand that, Cook's banged up. Tolbert could be banged up. Your tight ends don't make plays outside of Ferguson. Like you ain't got no tight ends that's gonna make some plays downfield. Span Ford dropped that pass. Really should have caught that pass. Schoonmaker ain't gonna do nothing. Well, outside of like 5 to 7 yards. I even seen some salt. Like I don't know about the full game, but when I was watching them tight ends block, it looked real soft to me. It looked real soft to me. That's gonna have to be addressed. That's gonna have to be addressed. If you're gonna like this, like the way that the Cowboys went about that last drive and pounding the ball, getting 3-4 yards. That's how the Cowboys got to play. And it's looking like that could be the five that ended the game. That look like that's probably gonna be who you carry out against Detroit. You need to go ahead and play like was it what was it? What was it? 15 plays? What was it? Like 80 yards or 70 yards? 15 play drive. That's beautiful, right? That's a drive that protects your defense. You know, that's a drive that'll tire out the other defense, grinding it out. That's how you gotta play. Dominating time of possession. You know, I like that. Like that's the best drive of the season. And it ended up with 6. That's how you gonna have to play. You gonna have to run this football, y'all. Early on, the way that they was running the football, no. But later down the line, when I guess Mike McCarthy had an awakening, like, all right, I might need to run the football a little bit more. We ran the football more, and you got better results from running the football. You know, and yeah, man, when I seen Dak Prescott scramble, ooh boy, did that boy really lose a couple steps like that? Like, or has he been in their kitchen? Like, like what's going like what's going on? That boy look real slow. I'm like, oh, he looked a little slower than usual, in trying to get to that sideline. I'm like, oh, hold up. So what happened to that boy? We should have won 37-18. Yeah, definitely we should have won by a wider margin. Fields was overthrowing all game. Jerry. Yeah, man. Jared Goff, man. Yes. They better be ready. Diggs talking about he following. You best be. Let me see you follow Amon St. Brown, my boy. Let me see you keep that same energy. Follow Amon St. Brown. Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah, I think they're gonna keep BB at that center. The older that get, the more Hell yeah. Hey, hey, hey. I don't know what the hell I don't know what he called himself doing, but man. And then I seen the way that, he don't even be engaging CD anymore. He be like, man, whatever, man. I don't know what the heck they got going on. But when they said that CD wanted to make sure Dak Prescott was here, I think that was a lie. I think that was a lie. I ain't trying to start nothing, but for you to go ahead and wait to, what I mean, you want to see if Dak Prescott was going. Nah, I think that was a lie. I think CD be frustrated with foe. I ain't gonna make it bigger than what it is right now. But I'm gonna put that in the air. I think CD be frustrated with foe. I honestly do. I think he be frustrated with foe. Commentator said Mike did some run and went, yeah. Mm-hmm. And and that's what I was saying, right? It's good that you brought that up. And that's what I was saying earlier, like earlier in the year. Like the way that this team is made up with the running backs that we have, big on big. We need to be seeing more big on big runs. You got BB, big on big player. Zach Martin, don't matter what you do, but he can do big on big. Still, big on big. Tyler Smith, it don't matter. Whether Guyton, he more zone right now. But with Bass, I can tell you right now, it don't matter. So you got big on big. Like, why it took you so damn long to make that adjustment to add more of that in there, Mike? Like, that was very obvious. Like I'm big on bigging, inside zoning. What is we running? What is we running? Why is we continue to run a lot of outside zones with Rico Dowdle and Zeke slow ass? What sense does that make? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever to continue. Like, I'm not saying not run it though, but at the rate that they was running it didn't make sense. Big on big, run inside. You got big boys inside. One thing that I can tell you that I can count on time and time again, even if Bass got to be there this week, I know the inside of that pocket gonna be clean. The majority of the game, I seen BB. He got, but it happens, man. BB, he's still learning. Hayward, the big boy, man. He beats. You know, grown man strength. Gets a young man. That's all that was. Grown man strength gets a young man. But the majority of the time, in the 90th percentile, that pocket gonna be clean for foe. And when you get them boys that just come forward, right? Well, BB, he, even though he's a good center, he's still limited athletically. But BB downhill, you seen, like I done showed y'all a couple little sessions, man. BB downhill was a good sight to see. So let's make adjustments, Mike, and continue to have them boys downhill. I think if you see one thing for sure, right? In regards to football, they making football want to be so cute nowadays, all this fancy stuff. They keep talking about all this motion. Let me tell you something. If you can play physical football, mano y mano, get downhill, beat your man, you got a chance to do some good things, regardless of what type of roster you have. Like, when you look at the Minnesota roster, they do got some weapons though. But look at the way they playing though. Look at the way they playing. A lot of people didn't expect that. Running the ball, no matter what they try to go ahead and evolve the league to, is always gonna be in. It'll never be out. It'll always be in. And if you can run that ball, ask the Chiefs. If the Chiefs just believe in airing the ball out, then why they go ahead and invest in their offensive line? Why they invest in Pacheco? Because they understand. They understand the mission. I honestly thought that, speaking of that, I thought, man, like, I thought they was gonna do what they do to the 88s, throw that ball up. Like, why I don't see that no more? Like, it's like when the last 88 was gone, we stopped seeing that. Why don't Dak Prescott throw that ball up and let him just go get it? Just go get it, 88. Throw it up and just go get it, 88. Like, why we don't see that? There was times like I see like before, like He'll run the ball, man, about 8 in the box. I'm like, yo, corner playing off. I'm like, yo, a quick pass will give me 3, 4 yards right there. But we running the box and getting maybe a yard in a 8-man box. I'm like, come on, fo. When you gonna go ahead and evolve mentally, man? Like, you can't be watching all this film and not see, like, you cannot, like, you I know you gotta be seeing this. You can't tell me that the game is still sped up on that level for you, fo. You gonna have to slow it down. You gonna have to see, you gonna have to go back to these old school quarterbacks. You gonna have to man, look, you gotta tap in with nine. Tap in with nine and tell, hey, nine, what would you do in this situation? Now I seen nine just a quick pass for 3, 4 yards. I seen nine throw it up to his 88, and you got an 88 that can do the same damn thing. You see the little toe touch on the sideline, like 88 got that capability. I seen it since college. Throw that ball up, and your red zone and some of your problems in the red zones will really be fixed. You ain't gotta rely on Brandon Aubrey to pretty much bail you out a lot of the time. When you got somebody like 88, that man can bail you out himself. I know the boy be hey, I know the boy be acting soft. I ain't gonna sit over there and act like I don't see that. I know he be acting soft, but the boy still got talent. You still gotta throw that thing up, man. You still gotta throw that thing up. Hell yeah, Iceman. Hell yeah. You know, you know. What was that game like? I'm trying to think of performance wise. Was that like Miami? Was that like the Miami performance last year, if I'm not mistaken? It felt with more turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it could be. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong though. But it kind of had a little bit of that Miami Dolphin feel to it. I know the defense went on ahead and choked it up though, but had that Miami feel to it, you know. But yeah, man. But there is some things that they're gonna have to clean up though. They're gonna have to clean up turnovers. They're gonna hey, but I can't forget this. I think Linval Joseph made probably the best play of a D tackle from this Cowboys roster all year by putting that boy on his back, putting them hands in his chest, putting that boy on his back, man, and getting in there and causing that fumble. That was a beautiful play by that old man. Beautiful play, but too bad that we only gonna see it in flashes. You only gonna see that thing in flashes, y'all. So don't expect for that man to keep doing it like that. You only gonna see that thing in flashes. It was just one of them games that you can explain, right? But then you was like, it just is what it was. It just bounced in our favor. Let's hope more bounce in your favor, but we ain't holding our hopes up though. Because at the end of the day, right? If we're gonna beat a team like the Lions, you have to execute a whole lot better than what you did today. You have to put some points up too. The missed opportunities that we had in the red zone, that fumbling, that ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna cut it. You're gonna have to take advantage of these opportunities if you're gonna try to steal a game before the bye against Detroit, because that ain't gonna cut it. That is not gonna cut it. And it look like you got a little bit more adversity that you're gonna have to go ahead and face. But it's part of football, y'all. For the longest, we've been kind of pretty decent in regards to injuries, but this was one of them years that, like, all right, man, we didn't take advantage of being kind of clean in regards to injuries, in the past. But now, it's like, all right, it's just all coming on the Cowboys at once in regards to all these injuries, man. But I honestly hope, like, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I really hope that this defense really go ahead and look at the performance that they had together without number 11, and whenever he come back, hold him to a high standard than what they've been holding him to, and really getting on that boy dome piece. Because if the defense, right, if the defense have a performance similar to what they did today against a team like the Detroit Lions, that's saying something. Especially with them being banged up. I wouldn't be surprised if they got the Cowboys. If you're looking at a spread point of view, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to have the Cowboys down by like a 8 to 10 point spread with the Detroit Lions. If the team come together and fight, that's telling you something. And as a coach, as a GM, if you don't see that, if they do come together, if you don't see that, Jerry Jones and them is in the wrong business. Well, he been in the wrong business, but he really in the wrong business because you should be able to see that. Mike and them should be able to see that. Should be able to see that. I didn't miss. Look. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell y'all a secret. I actually enjoyed it a little bit better this game, even though it was still some BS. I actually enjoyed this game a little bit better than I did with number 11 playing. Because I didn't have to worry about nobody being selfish out there. I just know that if anything happened, it was either they just wasn't good enough, lack of talent, they being banged up, they came out there and fought. I want y'all to think about that. A lot of people ain't gonna talk about that though. They're gonna talk about the last drive, but they're gonna have to talk about that defense though, and how that defense came together without Tank. Well, I'm not gonna say Tank part of the problem because Tank be playing as a team player because he not. But number 11, that's an issue. But there was also something I kind of wanted to address. Hey, Diggs be looking like he be trying to skate around some of them blocks sometimes, especially early on. If I was them, I'd get on Diggs' ass too for sure. Like, yo, what you doing, man? It be look like he be standing around sometime this ball watching sometime when they come down to the run game. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. I don't know if 11 wearing off on them or what. It's like when these boys get paid, man. Like I said, if man. But interesting game, though. Interesting game. But the Dallas Cowboys is what? 3-2? 3-2 going into Detroit. Let the games begin, y'all. But all right, y'all. I'm about to get up out here and lay down, man. I'm kind of tired. But all right, y'all. We're going to look into this film and we're going to come back and I'm going to let y'all know what I seen. But all right, y'all. Till the next time, y'all. We gone.